Hello, everybody. Nina, this is just a test. I just want to check that you can see me properly and hear me properly. And I just wanted to know if you can see my screen. Yes, excellent. Okay, then let me introduce myself. Okay, just hold on a second. Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Marc Gelabert. I'm from Barcelona, and I'm representing ESADE at the Eastern European countries, Russia and Italy. And it's a pleasure to hold this webinar with MBA strategy. And then I'm going to disconnect the video for a moment, but back later. Let me disconnect this and let me go to the presentation. Okay, basically today I'm going to be talking about obviously the full-time MBA. Before of that, let me tell you that I have been in a personal level, I have been working in sales for the last 15 years, and I have been living in 3 different countries. I have been living in San Francisco, in London, in Salzburg, and recently, last September, I joined ESADE Business School, and it's a pleasure for me to travel all over the world with the aim to recruit the best students for our university. And it's very important to realize that when we're looking for students, we are looking for the best fit for our university. We are considered the top 4 business school in Europe and the top 19 school in the world. But at a certain level, when you are in the top 25 university in the world, you just have to consider us like platforms. It means that at a certain level, all of us, we are providing like an excellence in the faculty. We are also like providing personal and professional development and also lots of network opportunities. And it's your responsibility to find the one that fits in a better way your interest. At the end of the day, we are talking about a big investment in terms of money and in terms of time. And it is really important to understand the fit of the university, because you have to give your best. And to give your best, you have to feel comfortable with the university. Let me recheck that the presentation is okay. Can everybody confirm that you can see the screen and you can hear me properly? And then I will go ahead to the presentation, because I just don't want to be talking by myself. Somebody can see the presentation and some not. Let me see if now it works again. Let me try again. Let me try again. Because it's strange that Nina from the MBA strategy can't see the presentation, but some of our candidates are telling me that they can see it. Okay, let's try to solve this. Just give us a second. Okay. I think that now it should work. Okay, now it seems that it works, right, Nina? Perfectly. Okay, let's go ahead. Basically, I will explain you our program in the next half an hour, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and at the end we're going to have like a 10-15 minutes Q&A, and I hope to answer all of the questions that you may have. Just like let me see, let me go here. Okay, basically, if you want to do an MBA, you will take in consideration different things. Basically, people who want to do an MBA, wants a progress in their professional career, wants to change sector, function, or geography, also wants a professional growth, increased network, or to create their own business. We are going to talk a little bit about the different types of profiles. But just to start to explain this with more detail, you have to think that in our sector, we consider three types of profiles in terms of an MBAs. We talk about the triple jumpers, double jumpers, and jumpers. And you have to think about yourself and see which type of jumper are you. A triple jumper is somebody who wants to change country, industry, and field. Obviously, as many changes you want to do is more difficult, but the MBA is actually the only master in the market that can provide this option, this opportunity. You have to think that in our case, at the ESADE Business School, more than 90% of our students end up having their first offer during the 3 months after graduation. Those are big numbers because, as I told you before, as a platform, career services is extremely important. We're going to talk about this in more detail in a moment. But it's very important also to have a very practical MBA, but also very practical in the way to find jobs all over the world. Then, in terms of changing sector, function, and geography, talking before about the triple jumpers, it was very important to mention that because at the end of the day, more than 60% of the people that do a full-time MBA change sector, and also more than 65% of the people that do a full-time MBA change functional area. It means that, as I was telling before, this is the only master that provides you the opportunity, if you have already a good professional experience and a good academic background, to really do a jump into your career. In terms of geographically mobility, I will say that we are an international school. It means that almost 90% of our students are international from outside Spain, and basically almost all of the opportunities as well are outside of Spain. Even the trend in the last years is that so many people want to still work in Barcelona because there are some really good opportunities in companies in Barcelona, but basically it depends on the sector. It will make more sense to go to one place or another place. Even that, the statistics say that after 4 or 5 years, mostly of the students end up going back to their countries, because they normally want to have an experience abroad, and then they want to go back to their countries to create an impact. Now we're going to talk about the personal and professional growth. And here I want to explain to you that there are different competences that you are looking to develop and here I'm going to start with basic competences that basically are understanding and be critical, also apply knowledge to achieve results, also make decisions and give opinions about complex situations, or the know-how to communicate information and knowledge and develop the ability to constantly learn. Also, there are general competences like demonstrate adaptability and flexibility, work in teams and collaborate with others, demonstrate leadership ability. We also can talk about cross-curricular competences like develop strategic and systematic thinking, show autonomy, independence, initiative and proactiveness, and promote corporate citizenship. And also specific competences like understand the complexity of context in both local and global dimensions, appreciate and understand diversity, manage teams, manage change, and develop serious management skills. Now let me check that everything goes well with the webinar. Yes, I can see that everything goes well. And now I would like to talk about how to increase your network and high quality global contacts. This is pretty important because, as I was saying at the beginning, as a platform, you're looking for this excellence in the program. We're going to speak about the program in a moment. Career services are very important, but network. And here you have two types of network. You have the ESADE alumni network, and you have the direct network. Basically, when we are talking about the ESADE network, we have more than 50,000 members across 118 countries, making it one of the largest in the world. Basically, it's the #2 network from a business school in Europe, and we have 32 chapters in 20 functional and sector-specific clubs. This means that when you are in the umbrella of ESADE, you will always have contacts everywhere. It is very important, and here on the right of the screen, you can see some of our partners and recruiters. So many people come with the idea that maybe they want to do like a change and they want to work in consulting, they want to work at McKinsey, or they want to work in investment banking, but they don't have lots of feedback about the day-to-day work and about the real expectations, how the opportunities can grow in this type of companies. And then it's very, very important to use this type of network. Obviously, if you want to create new businesses, but also if you want to have feedback from the different positions. Let's talk about McKinsey, just to give an example. Probably about McKinsey, I think I checked the last time, I think more than 600 alumni from ESADE has been working at McKinsey. And then you can select the ones from your country or the ones that are working in the world destination that you're interested in. Imagine in London. And then you can, when you're a student studying here, you can approach to them and ask lots of practical questions. This will give you an overview of the type of company and of the type of job that you can be potentially interested. And also, you will have your direct network. It means the network that you will have in your class, that basically, apart from network, will become your family. But we are going to talk about this in a moment. Also, there is some trend that is growing pretty much, that is like students, MBA students, who want to start their own business or develop the business that they already develop in their country. At the moment, is almost like 15% of the students, and in some ways is growing, because at the end of the day, as you can imagine, an MBA is the way to connect the dots. To connect the dots in an international way, to understand how the big corporations work, but also like if you're interested to do your proper business, it will be the way like to learn about finance, to learn about marketing, to learn about everything that is related with business. And here we strongly believe in innovation and entrepreneurship, and basically we did a big investment around 4 or 5 years ago, and we created a ESADE Creapolis, that is an open innovation community. Basically, it is a startup hub, and at the moment we have more than 60 startups on campus. It means that in the same facilities of the campus, there are startups, a range of startups from different industries, and there is the possibility to collaborate with those startups during the MBA. We also have the e-garage, that is a special place on campus where people are having meetings in a very casual environment, and the only rule is like to try to create and to talk about new ventures in these spaces where we do the TED Talks and we do different types of activities. It means that now I'm just giving like some examples of all of the activities that you can find at a top university like us, but you will have to learn how to focus during the year, because it is totally impossible to do everything that we are providing as a platform. But the good thing is that You will have time to really see what are your interests and to really focus and take the best of it. And now we want to talk as the MBA as experience. As a bullet points, I will point number 1, learning through collaboration. Number 2, exposure to top companies. Number 3, personalization and flexibility. And number 4, intimate size. And let me start with the first point, hands-on approach to improving your leadership skills, learning through collaboration. ESADE's characteristics, corporative and teamwork-based methodology, simulate real working conditions, cross-functional and multicultural teamwork. In other words, we have a very practical approach. We work a lot with teams. More than 50% of the projects are made with teams. You change teams at least 4 times every year. We choose the teams. It means that we choose a team of 4 or 5 people, and you will be with a very diverse people that are very different than you, with the aim to really learn and create synergies. And basically, obviously, we teach through the theory. We have this very practical approach, and with the aim to have to provide a transversal education, we also collaborate with ESADE Creapolis, the startup hub, and sometimes you have the possibility to work with those companies. Let me give you an example. There is this software company in this startup software company on campus that wanted to expand their business in Asia, and then they asked the students to be part. To help them with this expansion, and one of the case studies was to help that company. And it's really good because you can also develop your network, and you're putting in practice as a junior consultant all of the things that you are studying during the class. It means that for us this is very, very important. Then we have other type of projects like the Action Learning Consultancy project. Also, we have a big collaboration with CERN, that basically, let me go here, one moment, sorry about that, yeah. CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Switzerland, and we have a convention with them, and students that are interested in innovation can apply to share projects with them. And there are a couple of visits to the CERN unit in Switzerland with the aim to collaborate with them. And also something that is very important are the internships. We provide the possibility to do a 3 months internship. In some cases it could be 6 months. And normally we really encourage to do an internship for the type of MBA candidate that wants to do a triple jump. It means that wants to change, apart from country, wants to change industry and field. Then it will be very important to have some type of expertise in this type of new sector. Also, I want to talk about top companies, and I want to talk a little bit about career services. And this is key point. We consider, and we're very proud of our career service department, because they provide a very, very personalized service. It means that since week 1, they approach to all of the students, and they ask you about your wish list. In which type of company you would love to work, in consulting, in finance, in the industry, or if you want to create your own project through a startup. And then they help you to understand what are the real expectations in the market, and you create a strategy. The key of our success is to focus in some of the companies that you can see in the screen, that are the top international companies in the world that are performing really good. It means our focus is to try to go to these top companies, providing opportunities. And career service have this very, very strong relationship with candidates, And you can have as many meetings you want with them. It means that at the beginning they help to develop your CV, your tailor-made CV, your cover letters, and then they help to approach to companies. There are different ways to approach companies. We have two campus. I mean, we have two big events during the year where lots of companies come into the campus, and then they explain which type of MBA profiles are they looking for to work in their companies. Also, we have corporative Wednesdays. It means that every Wednesdays a couple of companies are coming on campus, and you can apply to be in these small meetings. And then you also can go to career services and say, I want to work in this company that is not in your portfolio. At the moment, we have more than 240 companies, international companies in our portfolio. And then if you finally manage to have an interview, you can even practice the interview with the career services. For some people who has a very strong communication skills, this is not a problem at all, but some others really can take an advantage of this very practical approach in the MBA and also practice their skills through career services. At the moment, we have a new manager at the career service department, and he used to work for LSE, London School of Economics in London, for 4 or 5 years, and then he was working for London Business School, and at the moment, since last September, he joined ESADE. And Ian is, after this year, is planning to do lots of improvements and also try to provide as many international opportunities are possible. It means that we are expecting also really good opportunities during the next year. Also, personalization and flexibility. I think this is one of the super key points about our program, because we are the only top university at the moment in this group of top 20 that provide the possibility to choose the length of the program while you are doing the program. What does it mean? It means that you can choose in between 12, 15 or 18 months. You can choose the length of your program. The difference is that with 12 months are divided in 3 terms with the core subjects, plus 1 term with the electives. Obviously, each term is 4 months. But when you reach the end of the 3 term, it means that you finish all of the core subjects. Then you can choose, obviously, the electives. You have to choose 8 electives out of 30 something, and then you can choose if you finally want to do an exchange program. We have a partnership with more than 35 universities all over the world. We are going to talk about this in a moment, and also the opportunity to do an internship. But imagine that you already get an offer after the 12 months. And then maybe it doesn't make lots of sense to do an internship. This is one of the reasons, because you don't have to decide anything until the month 9. And apart from that, we consider that after 9 months, you will have a clear idea of what you want to do. Because as you can imagine, this is a very intense experience. This means that you can really change your mind through the process. You will be in this very dynamic environment with people that is very motivated, and you are focusing with lots of things that you have lots of interest, and then at some point you will see that you're capable to do everything and to work in any type of job. And for the reason we want to give this time to finally make your decisions. In mostly of the other full-time MBAs, you have to choose the length since the beginning. Also, we have labs, certificates, and also the possibility to learn languages. In terms of languages, we provide the possibility to learn Spanish. Or if you already have a great level of Spanish, you can learn French or German. It's up to you. We have like around 3 hours of Spanish per week, and I think this is very important for the integration with the country. You will have like basic knowledge, like to try to communicate after this year, and also I think it's a great value to speak some Spanish, being the third biggest language all over the world, and having the opportunity to open doors in all of the LATAM market. Also certificates. Certificates means that there are like different specializations, and when you're choosing your electives, these 8 electives out of 35, you can choose different focus. For instance, you can choose like a focus in finance, in consulting, in innovation, in marketing. It means that you can have a full-time MBA / specialization in marketing or in finance. And this is an official title that we give here at the ESADE Business School. And also something that is very, very important in our point of view are the labs. And basically the labs, we have labs in finance again, innovation, marketing, entrepreneurship, international family business, and Latin America. Basically the labs is an extracurriculum activity and that you join with other students that have the same interest of you. Let's focus in the one in marketing, but in innovation. Let's focus on one in innovation. And you can be member of different labs. It means that it's not apart from innovation, you also can join marketing or finance. And then every month there are like maybe 3 or 5 hours of seminars on campus. But also you can try to plan during the year. It depends on the interest of the students. You can plan to do study tours. You can do in companies in different cities. Last year, the Innovation Lab decided to go to Ireland, and they visit like different companies like Facebook, Amazon, Google. Obviously, ESADE helped to organize all of those things. The international experience is very important. The first international experience with you, it could be to come to Barcelona. The exchange could be in 35 other countries, and the internship could be in another country as well, apart from the study tours that I was mentioning before. In terms of the exchange program, as you can see, we have lots in the States, in Asia, in Europe, and it's also important during these first 9 months when you have a clear focus of the type of direction that you want to take, to choose one university or another one. There are some exchanges that are more generalistic. If you decide to go to South Africa, to Cape Town, is more generalistic, but there are other ones like the one in Berkeley in California that is more focused in finance, or another exchange in Finland that is more focused in innovation. It means that you will have these 9 months to decide if you're more interested in one exchange or another one. Let me give you some figures. When we're interviewing the candidates, around 80% of them say that they just want to do the 12-month program because they know that we are a top university and they really want to take the shortcut, and after 12 months have the title. But when they are here and they're finally realizing that this is a life-changing experience, almost 90% of the students stayed in the program at least for 15 months. It means that, yes, you have to be open to change your mind, and you have to be open to be totally out of your comfort zone with the will to learn. As I was explaining before, we have these different labs. And in terms of the study tours that are preparing for next year, in terms of entrepreneurship, probably they will visit Germany, and I'm talking for the next year. In terms of innovation, they will probably go to Finland. In terms of finance, they will go to the US. In terms of family business, they will go to Germany. In terms of a Latin American lab, they will go to Miami. Or in terms of marketing, we are planning to do like a trip to China. Also, let's talk about the class. Class of 2015. Something that is very, very important for us is the size of the master. Why? Because I guess that you also like applying to other business schools, and you will see that there are like some top universities that they have an intake of 1,000 people, another ones with 300. We believe that to have an intimate size is very important, because we consider that 150, 160 students is the maximum size where you can finally manage to meet absolutely everybody during these 12, 15, or 18 months. And before, I was talking about the general network that you have through this alumni network with more than 50,000 students all over the world. But you have to think that these people from your class, that is divided in 3 sections. It means that each section has around 55, 60 people. It means that there are never more than 60 people in a class. This makes a very specific dynamic in the class, where there is a lot of interaction. You can talk with the professors. Basically, they will push you to interact. And also through the teamwork, you will meet absolutely everybody. And then these 160 people that is from all over the world will be your family, and you will be able to call people in Kazakhstan asking for advice to do a business there, or in Brazil, or in Japan, or I mean basically in more than 40 countries all over the world. In the class 2015, we had 48 nationalities, and in the class 2016, we had 45 nationalities. In terms of the age, the average age for class 2015 was 28, in 2016 was 29. I will say that the range in terms of age goes in between 26 to 36. And this is very, very, very personal as well. Normally people who wants to work in consulting has to be under 28 or 30 years old, because consulting companies can be a little bit strict on that. But people who already have their projects or are just thinking to do a big jump in their companies, age is not as important as the other ones. What is important is to have like a relevant work experience. Even 2 years is the minimum that we ask. The average work experience is more than 5 years. And diversity is very important for us. I mean, it's not just about nationalities, it's about the background. As you can see in the right side, 25% of the students come from the sales field, 18 from general management, 18% from finance, and operation 15%, consulting 13%, and then we have a little bit of everything. But the size of the class, I repeat, is something that is very, very, very important for us. Then, before we start the Q&A session, in terms of the application, now we are very advanced in the academic year. For us, it's peak season, and even we are going to close the application in July. I really recommend you, if you are interested in our program, to start to apply now. And for that, you just have to submit your online application through our website, and you will see that you have to give us your personal data and also like write some essays. We will ask you for your bachelor degree, your transcript, 2 recommendation letters, and some like information. And then what is very important for us is a good combination in terms of a profile, a good combination in a good really academic background, and then in terms of GPA, out of 4, we expect at least 3 points out of 4. In terms of the TOEFL, we ask at least for 100 points. In terms of IELTS, we ask at least for 7. And in terms of the GMAT, we ask at least for 600. The average GMAT is 650. But if the balance of the candidate is good, we can consider something around 600. And in terms of GRE, I would say that the average is to have like a plus 155 in verbal and plus 155 in quantitative, you know. Also, it means that academic background is important, but professional skills are equally important, and also personal skills are key point. The attitude, the motivation, the knowledge of our university, to show the interest, to really show us through the official interviews that you really understand what is our philosophy, what is our study methodology, all of those things. Then the last step is to do like an official interview, that it could be on campus. You're welcome to come whenever you want, and then we can arrange an official interview here in Barcelona. We can introduce you to some students. We can invite you to have a lunch. Another option is to do it via Skype. And at this moment of the season, I'm not going to travel anymore to any country. For the reason it will be convenient to do it via Skype. And just to summarize, I will say that the takeaway points are that we are a very international university. We believe in diversity. We are very flexible in terms of that you can choose the length of your program, and you can really customize. Remember the business certificates. Remember the very personalized career service approach. Teamwork and collaboration. We believe in a team leader. We believe we are looking for people who wants to create an impact, people who thinks out of the box, and to be able to do that, you will have to be a person that can deal with a team and can deal with the diversity of working with people from different countries. Also, the location, Barcelona. Let me finish my speech with that in a moment. Career opportunities, the possibility to learn Spanish. And then I think location really matters. It is important to be in a cosmopolitan and dynamic city with a high standards of quality of life, with lots of things going on. It means that it's very important to feel comfortable, because we will demand you to study very hard during the week. And basically the day-to-day is to be like around 6 hours attending classes during the first 2 terms, and then you stay 2 or 3 hours more in campus. It means that this is like having a demanding job. But also over the weekends, there are lots of activities. There are sports clubs, people that go out, people that travel, people that do lots of activities. And it's very important to take this opportunity to do lots of things. You know, as I said before, it's impossible to do everything, but you will have lots of opportunities. And now I will try to answer your questions. Maybe Nina, you already recollect some of the questions, or we can ask our audience to ask some questions for the following 10-15 minutes. What do you think, Nina?
Please feel free to ask all the questions you would like to, and Mark will answer them. Maybe you have some questions already, then we are waiting for them.
Okay. Maybe I can anticipate one question related with the admission process, because even we are pretty advanced in the academic year, we're still having two deadlines ahead. The first deadline will be in the 15th of June, and the last deadline will be in the 6th of July. Then it's important that if you have like a decent GMAT or GRE, to probably like start with the application, and when you start with the application, I will contact with you to do like the official interview, and then we can give you an answer in the next 7 days or 10 days. Okay, Oleg is asking about scholarships during the last rounds. You're right. We are very active in scholarships. It means that at the end of the day, around 30-35% of our students end up having some type of scholarships. We provide the scholarships in between 10 to 50% of the tuition fees. And as Oleg was saying, now we are very advanced in the last rounds, but we're still having some type of scholarship for really good like candidates. People from the eastern countries, or here from Ukraine or from Russia, has a big advantage because, as you can imagine, we want diversity, and then somebody from like Russia or Ukraine will have more advantage than somebody from Italy, because we have many more students from Italy or from Spain. It means that I think it's always worth it to try, because even we can provide the same facilities as at the beginning of the season. We started last October promoting the MBA. There is always opportunities. In fact, if you're interested with a scholarship, there are seven different types of scholarships that you can find in our website, and then you just have to apply to write an essay, and you can do it at the same time as you are applying to be admitted, and we can give you an answer at the same moment. Normally, the process is that you apply for the admission, and we do the official interview, and also you apply for the scholarship. And after I do the official interview, I can provide you the answer for both things. Normally, if you are accepted for the MBA, because we consider that you have the right fit, you have like 2-3 weeks to make your final decision. And then it will be the right timing to work with your finance and also to have a final answer related to scholarships. Apart from the scholarships, we also provide loans. And there are 2 options. We have loans through a local bank that provides up to 50% of the tuition fees. And also we have an international platform that operates in mostly of the top universities, from Harvard to LBS to us, that is called Prodigy. And they can provide up to 65 or sometimes even 70% of the tuition fees. But this is something that you will deal with our financial aid department when you are accepted. Any more questions? Let's see if somebody else have some other questions. Let me tell you, while somebody else is waiting for a question, about accommodation. We have like a campus, we have a residence in the campus with more than 185 individual rooms. Even 90% of our students end up sharing an apartment or living by themselves in the city of Barcelona. We can provide this facility here on campus. And this could be an option if you are very busy at job and you don't have time to look for a place by yourself, to stay the first month in the residence, and then you select the right mates for you, and then you find an apartment in Barcelona. Barcelona has a very dynamic real estate market, and it's not difficult to find anything. Apart from that, we have an MBA committee, welcome committee. And when you are enrolled in the program, they contact with you, they give you permission to be part of the Facebook groups and in other platforms, and then you start to contact with the different students and also like maybe you can find an apartment together or things like this. Okay, we have another question. What is the share of people who are employed or did internships in the US and were not initially from the US? I think in terms of non-Americans, I think it's around 3-5% of the students. But again, this is more rated with the visas and with the opportunities that you can find with the companies. At the end of the day, 20% of the MBA candidates end up working in consulting, 20% more or less, 20% in banking and 60% in industry. And it depends on your wishes and on your goals. You will have to create the right strategy. What does it mean? That maybe if you want to work to the US, maybe the way, and it's not possible in the type of company that you are looking, maybe the right approach is to try to find a branch here in Europe and then to do the jump to there. Every case is different, but there is a lot of mobility, I will say that in terms of mobility, I also have to tell that the biggest trend nowadays, since the last 2 years, are the Middle East. Because in the Middle East, lots of opportunities in terms of international companies, and it's much easier than going to the US. But again, an MBA is a platform that will provide you all of the tools, and it's up to you to be proactive enough to find the right ways to fulfill your expectations. We have another candidate that is asking about the cover-based scholarship for Master in Science applicants. I mean, now we are doing the session about MBAs, but the thing about scholarship for the Master for candidates for Master in Science, it was in the same way. As I told you before, there are 7 types of scholarships, and one of them is the need-based. And you can get the same amount of money even you apply to one or another one. You have to think which one is better for you and which one you think that you will have more chances. For the need-based one, the scholarship also the scholarship that we provide goes in between 10 to 50%. But obviously, as you can imagine, to get 50% now is almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Now we have to be realistic, and having a good scholarship is having in between 10 to 25% of the tuition fees, because I have to be realistic. We are in the 19th, at the middle of May. Maybe we have some other question. Something that I really want to mention as well that I didn't say before is that if you end up being accepted, and remember that you have these 2 or 3 weeks before you make your final decision, you work with finance and everything, we're going to put you in touch with the students. We believe that this is very, very important to talk with the students, and then you can ask practical questions to them. They have like a different type of approach. They are living the experience. They can tell you about the waves, because sometimes you are very close to fulfill your expectations, then you change your mind, then you go up again. I think it's crucial if you are thinking to do a full-time MBA to have like information from the inside. It's really good like to take a look of the website, to attend webinars, but before making the final decision, it is very, very important like to have this type of contact. I have video but not sound. Okay, then let me delete the video. Okay, I hope that now everybody can hear me. Oleg, you can apply at the same time. Basically, first you have to apply to the admission process, and you can apply the scholarship at the same time. But this is not mandatory. It means that first you can apply for the official interview and do the admission process, and even when you are accepted, you can apply for the scholarship. You always have time for the scholarship. Okay. Maybe we give the opportunity to ask a couple more questions, and then obviously you have like a direct line with me. Feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, where I'm always like posting things related to our university and general things. And also try to take an advantage of social media. Remember that I told you at the beginning of the presentation that it's very important to understand the fit of the university. And one thing that is very easy to do is just to go to the different YouTube channels of the different universities. And then all of us have like different playlists. Go to the MBA playlist, and then you can take a look of different students that are explaining their experience, and then you will be able, you will see that the fit of the candidates in the different universities is different. It's up to you to realize if ESADE Business School is your fit or not, because at the end of the day, this is a win-win situation. We are lucky enough that we don't have to sell any plan, any master. We just have to recruit the best student for our program. And remember that before I told you that we are looking for good academic background, professional skills, and personal skills. It's the combination of these. Sometimes I have to say no to people that has a GMAT of 760. That is amazingly good, but they weren't able to communicate. And then I realized that they were going to suffer at ESADE, and it was and obviously we weren't the right fit for this candidate. It means that you really have to see if you fit in our university or not. Yeah, as Oleg is mentioning in this YouTube channel, you can also like take a look at different videos. And we did an open day, I think it was last February, and there is a students panel. You can take a look of this panel, and then you will see the different impressions of the different students. And now, just like to end this presentation, I would love you to show you a 2-minute video that summarizes what an MBA means. Let me try to. You can see my screen, right, Nina? I just want to be sure that my screen is still working. Yes. Okay. Then let me show you this video. Okay. Okay. I can see that maybe it was some problems with the sound. Okay, if you don't have any other question, I think this is it for today. As I told you before, feel free to contact me if you have any other questions. And I will have some official interviews with some of you in the next days. We'll see you soon. But basically, it's time for you to digest all of the information. And if you are a serious candidate for the intake September 2015, I encourage you to apply as soon as possible.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying with us tonight. I will make sure to connect the link to the video we unfortunately didn't see tonight to the survey that all of you will get to your emails. So yeah, we'll try and see it eventually. Thank you very much once again for staying with us. I hope you got responses to all of the questions you had. I want to say a big thank you to Marc for staying with us tonight and for sharing such a great information. I wish all of you a great week, great evening, and I will be also looking forward to seeing all of you at our next event. Once again, thank you very much for staying with us, and goodbye.